Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13.
Now let's go! Green, 39!
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! 4 down, 4 down!
They'll try and run for it now. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left into a double team, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Still's the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Now a first carry to the fullback. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Nowhere. Good job, baby. Good job. Good stop, D. Good stop. Three down. Safe.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pen.
And he coughed it up. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles.
Now,
but when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Not today, baby. Not today.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. A handoff to Smith. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Smith trying to run for it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ito Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And now it's blocked.
Touchdown. Yeah, baby. That's our ball. Our ball.
Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
All right, now, lucky 56.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right, number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs.
39.
Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can drive as...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now. Green 39, green 39.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Forced out to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Gun!
Hey, 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 hey.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Looking to throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Well, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here
on
now, 2nd and 14.
Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. On the left side, this is Stills. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Yeah, baby. Boom. Tight end right. Tight end right.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Out of the gun now on third down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful.
Detroit!
But how about
Detroit!
the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And that's going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Milano in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
95's a sand, though. Check it.
Now back to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns add 6 to their lead. Butker on for the PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Stay my ass in the bed.
Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 47 yards. So
Detroit!
now then, the big
Detroit!
play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hut, hut.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Gun, gun. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hut.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They begin with a run by Smith. Oh, now he bowls him over. And now look at him go. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ito Smith with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Browns add on to their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
It's caught. Stills right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Miles Jack in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
Gun!
3 down.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Hey, I got number 8.
Gun! Detroit!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined
now,
they are.
Barney! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know, when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Smith. And the ball is knocked out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes,
All right, now,
you're able to hit a
56,
receiver in
lucky
stride,
56.
and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That's going to be caught. A good pickup there of 22.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing
All right, now,
route.
lucky
This is
56,
first and
lucky
goal and a
56.
golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
Now Bell. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right.
36.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Gun!
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. 3 down. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, it stays up, and that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. Going up top. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming, Mike.
Detroit! Detroit!
Wow, Bill. Wow.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle made by Deshaun Hall.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
22, Mike 22.
They'll run it again with Smith, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Here's a give to Smith, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Gun!
Hey, guys.
All right, here we go. Green!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns add 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be... It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use.
That was a motherfucking
intercepted.
beast at that shit.
Picked off at about the 31.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check your hot read.
Now Ito Smith. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now with Smith. Oh, spinning away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ito Smith with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. You might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D.
Again, it's Bell. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Warner. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Bell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he lost the football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Detroit!
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
No.
Again, it's Smith. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Kick. God damn. I should never played this shit, though. For real.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Browns. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Leopard!
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And it's been like this all night long.
Getting
Nowhere to
that
run as
shit.
they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter.
All right, now,
Maybe can
56,
expect more passes
56.
like that downfield.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
44.
Got a to try it here. He's back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Carl Davis coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
That's how we do, D.
The Jaguars on 3rd down.
All right, now,
3 for 7 so
lucky
far in this
56.
game. This will be 3rd and 19.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line.
On play action, they'll throw. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Detroit!
before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Gone!
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
Gone!
Watch the safety creep.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Motion.
He wasn't ready.
Time for a break.
Gone!
Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Gone! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Warner. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
I got you, baby. I got you.
On third down, that's Gardner. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Got my ass kicked.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
I don't know why.
Now let's go. Green 39. Gone!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
95's Mike. Watch 95.
They'll drop the throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there. And he ended up coughing it up.
Green 39.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick.
You thinking about me?
And the Browns were able to cover this one up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hut!
They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.